going to put out there on the field this season. Just excited to get to work. I know it's a first look here in a team setting with Aaron, so just to see what type of teammate he is, just excited with everything that he brings to the table.
What did you learn about him in that workout that you guys had in the offseason?
Just how cerebral he is and how he views the game. I like the way he views the game, from a receiver standpoint, but also from a quarterback standpoint. I think I can gain a lot of knowledge just from being around him because he's seen a lot of football. So just trying to soak up as much information in the ball as I can.
Did you have a pretty good idea at that time that this would happen?
No, sir, because I never asked him directly, like if he was coming. Just trying to, give him the space to make his own decision, not trying to, sway him one way or another. But just trying to get to know him as a person first, and then, a teammate second.
How did that come together? Did he reach out to you? You reach out to him?
I reached out to him just to see if he was in the area, wanted to throw, and he was, and we got together.
DK, you there do some more?
I'm sorry, what's up?
I think it's the same question. Do you plan on doing some more with him in the offseason?
Yes, sir. We're both based out in California, so yeah, planning on getting together with him for another throwing session and just watching film or just talking ball.
In addition to your talent as the playmaker, how much of you other coaches are you being tasked with helping guys like Calvin Austin, Roman Wilson, getting used to the NFL, getting used to being a playmaker like yourself?
Those two special players that you named have a unique skill set. I can only help as much as they want me to, but once they come to me asking for questions, I'm an open book to them. But I'm not going to force myself, onto anybody. Once they make the decision to come ask me questions, then I'll try to pour as much knowledge as I can into them. But they're great players in their own right, so I'm going to be asking them questions as well and how they see the game. So just piggybacking off of what they do and just bouncing ideas off of each other.
What are the early matchups with Joey Porter Jr. been like out here?
Oh, it's been good. I'm going to get some good work with him, good work with Slay, talking ball with Minka. The defense is great. Just going against them after yesterday. High energy group, very communicative. They talk a lot. I was joking with Calvin that for the first play out there, I couldn't hear any of the checks that Mason or the snap count that Mason was saying because the defense was talking so much. So it's just refreshing to see a defense that communicates, and we're just trying to model our game after them.
There was one exchange where I think you and Joey were kind of going. You got flagged. He was pushing off. Then you guys talked afterwards. What was that talk like, and just as competitors?
It's just me telling him that I had a yard of just to handle him up or act like I was blocking, and just showing him a different look that he probably hasn't seen. I know I didn't use that release on him when we played him 2 years ago.
DK, were you in
Aaron Rodgers, what parts of the game do you feel like are complementary? Certain concepts or routes or things you think Aaron could improve with you guys together?
How quickly he releases the ball and me getting off the line of scrimmage fast, I think is one thing that stands out first. But also his playmaking ability after a play breaks down, or him to contort his arm a different way just to get the ball out. I think he's unique, and I think he's going to help not only me but a lot of receivers and tight ends in the offense.
Calvin is kind of like a totally different body type than you, and you guys be out there together a lot.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's a jitterbug out there, but he's explosive as heck. So just looking forward to lining up with him for the rest of these last couple of days of camp, and then moving on to training camp, and then just starting to work off of each other in different route concepts.
I know you haven't played a game yet, but the previous quarterback here you worked with too. How Russell and Aaron, how do they similarities, differences in your personality?
Yes, sir. I would say they're similar with how they approach the game. They're very professional. Going to hold people accountable in the offense, in the team setting, but also they're going to work their butts off when they're out here, and they're going to make you come up to their level of competitiveness out there on the grass. So that's what I like about them. Then the difference is they're two completely different people, two completely different quarterbacks with how they play the game of football. So I think that's the unique thing about this game is you got people that play the same position like me and Calvin or Russ and Aaron, but they play it in their own unique way.
DK, I know it's been mostly off field, but what have you learned about Arthur's offense, and what do you think the opportunities will be for you in it?
Yes, sir. He's unique, and I think he's heavy in the play pass realm. So, me just trying to still learn a lot of different terminology. In his offense, I'm still trying to get my feet wet with, how he, his terminology in the offense. But me trying to, incorporate myself into it to where, we're speaking the same language by the time we hit training camp to where, we both can help each other on and off the field.
What was your
DK,
reaction
mentioned
to
yesterday that he's really looking forward to working with you, specifically from your character. He said you mentioned you called him sir like 10 times in his first conversation. Things that because of what he said does because who you are. I'm interested, how is your relationship, after just one day in the workout before, how would you describe your relationship with him so far?
I think it's still a work in progress. We're still growing, but besides just being teammates, I think he's a great person, off the field. And like I said, I think I can learn a lot from him, in life and about the game of football. When I was chilling with him one time, we were just doing like trivia questions. So we would name a player, and I would have to say their college or their nickname while they were playing. So, it's just a fun person to be around. He's going to test me cerebrally, in my opinion. So just looking forward to, the continued conversations, the continued workouts, and, hopefully we can put a product on the field that, can last a lifetime.
Did you ever change since you talked to us when you signed? What were your thoughts on George Pickens getting traded and kind of how that changed?
Yes, sir.
Things for you?
I would have loved to, play with George Pickens. Being here just to see how he was as a teammate, just to see, what I could learn from him from me. But it was a decision the team made, and it was out of my hands.
Did you ever get to talk to him?
No, sir.
What did you learn about how Zach Zani runs the wide receiver room? He's talked about he's a grinding head coach who wants his wide receivers to kind of be the same way. How does he kind of set the tone?
He comes in, and I think he's the tone setter, but we have to carry that out on the field. So he does a great job of holding us accountable out there on the field, and he's a very good technician at coaching, and his approach to the game is a little bit different from what I've had in the past. So just looking forward to that challenge.
How much do you embrace some of the dirty work nuances wide receivers do? We talked about the block and all of the extra stuff, getting down in the dirt and really help elevate a guy. How much do you like doing that in your game?
I pride myself in blocking, so it's nothing new for me to come out here and hear that. I think I'm just going to take it a step further, with him and toe the line as much as I can.
There was a play yesterday. I think there was a turnover, and they started going the other way, and it sort of looked like the Budabeck play a little bit. I mean, it's the first day of camp. You've been in this league a while. You've got a long way to go, but you were right there. I'm just sort of curious, is that mindset, I guess, is it there was no easing up on the front. I mean, literally, we're an hour and a half into this thing. Is that just how you carry yourself? Is that something that are there literally no days off for you?
No, that's just football. If you see a turnover, I'm not just gonna walk and let him, return the ball. Like I'm gonna go get his ass. So, that just shows the effort that I have, and it shows the care that I have for the game. And hopefully we have 11 players out there that have that same mentality when we step out on the field.
Is that if you feel like as Brian mentioned, the room has changed a little bit since you were acquired. You're still new in the room, but obviously one of the more experienced guys in the league. Are you a lead by example guy, or are you sort of stand up and this is I'm not running this group, but I'm sort of
right.
I'm the touchstone.
Yes, sir. Like you mentioned, I'm new here, just trying to get a feel for everybody, get a feel for everybody's, personality in the room. But yeah, I'm more of a lead by example type of guy. I'm not a big rah-rah guy or, walk up and say something to you on the spot. I'm going to let you, do you. But if I see something like not finishing through the end zone or after a catch or something like that, then I'll pull you to a side and, say something to you. I'm not going to blast you out in front of the team or anything like that because, I wouldn't want to be treated like that. So that's how I treat other people.
Last one with Jim, we'll end it with Jim. DK, on tape, it looked like you ran a lot of the same routes that Pickens ran last year. Do you feel familiarity out there running this often?
Yes, sir. Football is football at the end of the day. Routes are going to be the same routes, just different terminology, and trying to see how Arthur teaches it and how, OC from my past taught it, to see if I found any similarities in it. And plus trying to get used to the different quarterbacks. Right now I'm with Mason, so trying to get used to his play style, his, how he calls the plays in and out of the huddle. So, it's just a big learning curve for me.
So no real difference?
No.
You didn't look at it and say, wow,
No, sir.
this stuff all year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,